Are you a small nonprofit organization with a tight budget and finding it hard to compete with for-profit organizations when it comes to finding and keeping the right employees? I'm going to share a few practices on how to beat that competition in this video. If you are new to my channel, hello, please hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell right beside it so you could be notified of further HR videos that I will be releasing. My name is Teresa, and on social media, I'm known as the Wonderful Wizard of HR. And I help small businesses with gaining confidence and knowledge in human resources. I'm going to share a testimonial with you from Nicole, who is an executive director at a nonprofit organization, who is also a part of my program, the Complete HR Blueprint. Now, she has seen these same type of struggles in her organization, where the budget is tight and it really is hard to find good staff and to keep them on board. Here's a couple of things that she had to say about the Complete HR Blueprint. As you can see, this testimonial is quite long, but I just wanted to highlight just two small pieces of this testimonial. I have included a link to all my testimonials in the description below, so you're welcome to click on that link to read them completely. Here are a couple things that I just want to share with you that she has said. As a nonprofit with very restricted funding, they often have to play many roles in the agency, including HR advisor, not just herself, but other managers in the organization. And she also says that there were so many things that she recognized that she could and should implement to make her agency stronger when it came to taking the Complete HR Blueprint course. I have worked with many nonprofit organizations throughout my career as a small business HR consultant, both through my program, the Complete HR Blueprint, and as a one-to-one consultant. I've had to help these nonprofit organizations get creative with the way that they do things. Keep watching to learn some of my tricks. Let's start with the misconception that nonprofits often have. Their budgetary restrictions are not uncommon in private and publicly traded organizations. It's something that everybody struggles with. I mean, really, truly, the bottom line is what everyone is looking at. Where the issue lies is that a private or publicly traded organization can find funding in different areas, whereas with a nonprofit, they're stuck with the budget that they have. Funding can come through fundraising or donations, but unfortunately, it's a lot harder for nonprofits to move that bottom line around as much as a private or publicly traded organization. The fact is, every organization has to get creative with how they spend their money and what they spend their money on. And employees are one of the greatest expenses in an organization. So you have to get creative with what you do with and for your employees. So now that we've cleared that up, let's get right into the meat of this discussion. The first thing that a nonprofit organization has to have in place is a good HR system. And I'm not just talking about policies. I'm talking about strategies, procedures. How are you going to find, retain, and offboard the employees of that nonprofit? Without a system, you really are kind of winging it. And you know what happens when you wing it? Well, if you don't have a system in place, then your employees kind of start to go off the rails because there's no structure. And believe it or not, a lot of people do well when there is structure. Once you have a good foundation in place and a good structure, just like your home, your employees are going to do much better in a setting like that. You want all your strategies, your processes, and your practices to really focus on what's important to your nonprofit and to the culture that you want to create, and connect them all to the values that you have created for your nonprofit. Next, what you want to do is you want to get creative. Things aren't going to come easily to you, and you want to figure out, how are you going to find these employees? Well, the best thing that you can do is talk to colleges, chambers of commerce, any associations that you might be a part of, other nonprofits. Ask them what they're doing and get the word out about what you do. And whenever there is something to celebrate when it comes to your employees, celebrate that with the public as well, as long as you stay within the boundaries of privacy laws, of course. But there are things that you can share about what you do for your employees, and look to see what extra things even private and publicly funded organizations are doing. There are wonderful resources out there that actually share what successful employers are doing for their employees beyond pay. And I'm talking about intrinsic things that you don't have to pay for in order for them to benefit from. Let me know in the comments below what you have done with your nonprofit when it comes to being creative. Even in this forum, keep reading the comments. When somebody comments on this video, they may end up sharing something that they've tried, and you can try implementing that in your nonprofit. Or go to Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups and see what other nonprofits are doing for their employees. The third thing that you want to do, and I mentioned this just a moment ago, is to offer perks that have a non-dollar value. Anything that is intangible, anything that rewards an employee intrinsically is what you want to be looking at. One of the things that I like to do is just do a quick Google search on what other people are doing. And the last thing that I would suggest that I have personally seen great success in is working with other nonprofit organizations to save costs. For example, when it comes to employee training, get together several different nonprofits that you know of and split the cost. For example, when I was doing an employment standards workshop on recent employment standard changes, a nonprofit contacted me and asked me to come in and do the workshop for their organization. And because it was a lump sum, they were able to bring in 3 other nonprofit organizations to split the cost on the training. And they had several individuals learning from their organization about the employment standard changes. Now, that can happen in so many other cases. Or you can get an employee to learn something somewhere for training, and then come back to the organization and teach everybody what they learned. That's just called knowledge transfer. So think of creative ways where you can get more information at a fraction of the cost of what a larger organization or an organization with more access to more money would do. I know nonprofits love free stuff. I mean, that's what we're talking about here, right? Is how we can compete with larger organizations. And I have a free small business guide to human resources. And all you have to do is click in the link in the description below for the free small business guide to human resources, and it's yours. The Small Business Guide will help you get your HR system in place. There's a checklist in there to make sure that you are hitting all the things that you need to make sure that you have in your organization. Did you like this video? Please hit the like button and subscribe to more videos if you haven't already, and hit that little bell for future notifications of when my next video is released. And here's some more free stuff for you. I have 2 other videos that I think you might be interested in watching. One is how to hire confidently, and the other one is reference checking explained. Enjoy those videos and thanks for watching.